Hi, I'm Michael Lehan, and I'm sorry that I'm not there today. However, I have this great opportunity to visit with you on camera. So bear with me as I share some thoughts. Hopefully you'll take something away from our visit today. Thank you. My childhood was kind of unique, similar to many of yours, but unique all the same because it's my story, my reality. When I was 3 months old, I was adopted to a family in Minnesota. I was born in Texas. Moved up here to Minnesota at 3 months. When I was in 8th grade, unfortunately, things kind of went awry. Things weren't working out well with my family here in Minnesota, so I was in foster care. I stayed in multiple different homes for a period of time. The period was probably about 2 years of home to home to home, and finally settled in with my friend from elementary school, Paul. I moved in with his family when I was in 8th grade. I stayed with that family until I was in 12th grade, and then I went off to college. Went to the University of Minnesota, where I studied family social science with an emphasis in youth studies. I played football there. Upon the conclusion of my football career at the University of Minnesota, I had the great honor to be drafted by the Cleveland Browns. I played 6 years in the NFL, 3 years with the Browns and 3 years with the Miami Dolphins. After 7 surgeries and many injuries later, it was time to hang up the cleats, so to speak, and transition to a new career. My new career is far better than my first. Currently, I'm an assistant principal at a high school here in Minnesota, enjoying every minute of it. Each day I come to school, I see reflections of myself as I walk through the halls and visit with students and staff. And it's a great opportunity. It's a great place to build connections, build relationships. And that's one thing that I would share with all of you as well, is that you never know where connections are going to be made, but make sure you take the time to make those connections because they can change your life. I remember back when I was in high school, my coach, a couple of teachers took a special interest in me, and I really credit them to helping me navigate the troublesome times that I encountered and make me into the person who I am today. Many of you have experienced more in your early life than many adults will over the course of their life. The adversity that you faced, the troublesome times, the not knowing who to turn to, those were the experiences that I had growing up. And I think who I am as an adult, I'm much more resilient. People will get so upset about a situation and flustered, but I think that my childhood really allowed me to stay real even keel, not get too high, not to get too low, and know that it's just to stay focused on the goal and things are going to work out. This life, this world is too heavy to carry all alone. So you want to have somebody there close to that you can count on. And just because your childhood or your early adulthood has been troublesome doesn't mean the rest of your life has to be. So embrace that, embrace life, embrace the people that care. It's important. Not only in my teenage years, but even now as an adult, I think a decision that I have not yet rectified is really having a conversation with my adoptive mom. We've been estranged for many, many years. Haven't spoken a whole lot of words to her in the last 10 years probably. So as I alluded to, life is really short. And to hold these burdens and carry them along with you throughout your life journey is not fair to yourself, and it's not fair to other people, but more so it's not fair to yourself. So I think one thing that I would change in my teenage years, and obviously also in my adult years, is just taking time to have a conversation. Ask the question why. Do I have any animosity? No, but I think that it would be valuable for me to really have a conversation and just move past it. One decision that I made that really kept me on the right path was involving myself in extracurricular activities. I played football, baseball, wrestled for a year, ran track. I did a lot of different things. And quite honestly, I think that's where I was able to find some stability. It was something that I excelled at, so God really blessed me with a talent. But I think it's important to involve yourself in many different opportunities. More so because it keeps you active and out of trouble, but you also build relationships with other people, with not only your peers, but also adults. So one thing that really kept me on the straight and narrow was extracurricular activities. I think my childhood really motivated my decision to be an educator. I want to give back. I want to be able to have conversations with young people that reflect who I was at their age, or people that I've walked a mile in their shoes, or people that when I was coming up, I didn't have anybody to turn to, and I wanted to be the person where they could come into my office or they could seek me out and say, I just want to talk. And you know, let's do that. Let's just have a real conversation. My upbringing absolutely influenced what I'm doing today, what I did while I played professional football, and what I'll continue to do throughout the course of my life. Each of you are very unique individuals. Like I said before, each of you are experiencing something that a lot of adults, the adversity that you're experiencing is something that a lot of adults will not in their lifetime. So although it's very hard and very difficult, embrace it. Embrace it and know that you're growing and you're going to be more resilient and a well-rounded individual by the time that you make it through. I wanted to give up many times. As I look back at my childhood and going through that, I told myself, wow, you were given up on twice before you were even 13 years old. So the thought of giving up did cross my mind. But then there's also things that motivated me, as far as people telling me that I wasn't going to achieve, as far as being given up twice before. So I just wanted to really prove people wrong. Life is about obstacles. It's about overcoming obstacles. And at the end of your day, you're the one that writes your own story. And I wanted my story to be a good story. And by no means is my story over with. I hope that there's still great things yet to come. I'm not there right now because I'm sitting in class. I wish I was, but right now I'm reading textbooks and taking notes and in the process of achieving my doctorate degree. It was something that I never thought I would do, but I'm here. I figured that I was blessed to play in the NFL, so why not go to school and try to achieve the highest level of education as well. So I hate that I'm not there, but hopefully I'm doing each of you proud in the classroom today. Oftentimes when I have the opportunity to visit with people, I tell a few stories. This time I'm not going to tell a story, just give a little bit of insight, a way to frame your thoughts, your actions, your decisions. Oftentimes when you're driving down the road, you might see golden arches. When you see golden arches, you know that stands for McDonald's, and their slogan is, I'm loving it. Much like the golden arches, you have the Nike swoosh. That means just do it. What those companies have done is branded themselves. Much like those companies branded themselves, I encourage each of you to brand yourselves. Sure enough, throughout your childhood, young adulthood, a lot of experiences have come your way, good, bad, or indifferent. But I'd encourage you to frame it in a manner that says, you know what, I've been through this, but it's good. It's good. I've learned this lesson, I've learned this lesson, I've learned this lesson. Take those with you as you go through life. So when people come and they look at you, they know that you've branded yourself in a way that says, this person is accountable because they've demonstrated the fact that they can overcome adversity. They're resilient. Thank you so much for your time today. It was a great honor to visit with each of you. I hope some of what I said really resonated with you and you enjoyed this time. If you have any questions for me, please seek out some of the organizers, as they will have my information and I will follow up with you. I wish each of you all the great success in the world. Each of you have so many talents to share, and down the road I hope to be hearing from each of you soon on the big screen. Thank you so much again, and all the blessings and the luck in the world. Thank you.